What's up, everybody? Before I start today's video, I kind of want to just preface what the video is about. So a few weeks ago, I found this truck it came across my Facebook page as like a suggested thing. You know how Facebook's mostly ads these days. So I saw this truck that kind of grabbed my interest. I went to the auction site, kind of looked at it. I ended up buying the truck sight unseen. All I saw were photos in the beginning, and I had no details on whether the truck ran or drove, how it ran or drove, like anything as far as the condition goes. So I took a big chance with this. I wasn't planning to film it in the beginning, but as we kind of got on the road, I decided to whip out the camera and film a few segments. So it's a little choppy as far as what we were able to capture, but I kind of wanted to just video the process of us getting it, detailing it, and in the end I'll kind of reveal what we're doing with the truck. So these were the photos that I saw online. Basically just the truck as it was, no videos of it running or driving or anything like that. At first I thought the truck was black from the photos. It was so dirty, and as you'll see in the video today, it ended up being a dark charcoal gray with a lot of metallic in it. So that ended up being a surprise, but you can see well-worn, well-used truck. Really didn't know what I was getting into here. This is like the first time I've ever really done like an auction experience. So stay tuned. You're going to see the whole process of us getting the truck home, bringing it back to Iowa, and then getting it cleaned up.
What's up, everybody? You join me and Larkin. He's back again. We are doing an actual road trip for once. We're actually going to buy a truck that I impulsively bought at an auction. We're hoping that we didn't just get burned, but we're gonna see. We're at this little Eagles Landing truck stop on the outskirts of Iowa, so we're heading out, and we got our rig all ready to go. We borrowed one up and heading on down to Omaha.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
There she is, guys, all her glory. We got her secured, getting ready to head home. Had a scary moment. Apparently there was a little miscommunication, and I said when we put the truck up on there, I told Larkin throw it in gear, and he thought that meant put it in drive. And well, we came really close to just dumping it straight off the trailer, and I'm glad we didn't. So it's crisis averted. We got her tied back down. Hopefully the rest of the trip goes smooth. Hopefully we can just get home from here. Well, we did it. We finally made it back, and it is a scorcher here. I don't know why. Every time I just pull out the camera to film, 100 degrees, easy. I don't know what it is. But both trucks are back. Duramax did great. I can't thank my friend Kurt Sander enough for letting me borrow this bad unit. It was such a blessing on this trip, and oh boy, there's our project right here. Frontier. Should we call this one like the last frontier? New frontier, but anyway, it's our frontier. I'm gonna take it out to the car wash, kind of try and see if there's any decent paint underneath. Take it for its first drive, see what it's like, see what it needs. I'm sure it needs something. Definitely gonna pick up a can of refrigerant really quick, see if I can get the AC to blow a little bit colder. But project's home. Can't wait till we can start tearing into it and doing something with it. Definitely hot in here. Definitely a farm truck. We got some work ahead of us here, but let's go ahead and start it up. All right, firing up. Yay! So far so good. Let's go take her for a quick spin, do a little power washing, see what it looks like. You know, doing some absolute no-nos here. I'm filming while I'm driving this. This is awesome. I'm so pleasantly surprised. It drives good. Like, I mean, steering's pretty tight. The power's there. It shifts nice. I mean, I'm just cruising around town, but I'm surprised. It's got a little bit of a clunk. I think it's the intermediate steering shaft, maybe. But, I mean, it's good. I'm really enjoying this. This is just a good old farm truck. Like, hell yeah. I probably could have just driven this home. It's nice. Nice place to be. I can't wait to start tearing into this thing. Now it gets me kind of excited. I want to get this thing all cleaned up. It's going to be really nice. I have big plans for this truck, and I'm really excited about it now because this makes me feel so much better about it. I was a little worried about what my plans were, but the suspension feels good. It's not crashing over bumps. I mean, obviously, it's got 160-some thousand miles. I couldn't hardly read the cluster. It's a little dim, but I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. Wash my time. I'm curious how much we're actually going to spend just getting the dust off of this truck. I'm not going to do too much of a wash on because I've still got to go and get the old adhesive off the vinyl here. So it's just basically a scrub down just to kind of get the truck looking a little bit better. So after a quick wash, $6.25 spent at the car wash, just knocking the dust off. It is not great. Got some work ahead of us, but the best part is it seems to drive so good. I am so stoked. Like, I am fired up right now. This truck, I mean, it's rough, but we have a starting point. I am so excited. I gotta go charge the AC and see if we can make it a little cooler in here, but I mean, this is awesome. Like, let's go, dude. I can't wait to start getting into this. I just had to hit record again really quick. I mean, I'm still blown away. Like, this thing drives so good. Like, straight. We're going straight. Like, power's good. Transmission, it shifts smooth. I mean, oh, boys, we got ourselves a hot rod here. Oh, yeah. I mean, she definitely rides like a 3/4 ton, but it's all good. I mean, I am so excited for this. Like, I was so nervous that I was gonna get burned so hard on this truck, and I think we actually got a good one. I mean, I am stoked. Like, oh, like, that was such a relief. I can't tell you how nervous I was buying this. You know, I didn't see it. I never heard it run. I saw pictures online. I saw pictures on the internet, and I said, yeah, I want some of that, you know? So just to get it home and realize it's driving really good, I can't be happier about that. I'm just so glad that it means, I mean, it's such a good starting point. Oh, I just can't. Oh, I'm so fired up right now about this. Just having something work out for once is so nice. Yes! All right, I've had a chance to breathe a little bit since I got back from the first drive with it. And I've noticed that there's a couple things. Obviously, cheap truck, gonna have some issues. Biggest issue is just the interior needs some love. The interior has seen better days. You know, we got pieces kind of falling off and whatnot. This, yeah. So this is gonna be my primary focus, trying to get all this fixed up. I've already got some parts for it. Other than that, I noticed there is I believe it's an intermediate steering shaft clunk that I'm not too worried about. It doesn't seem to affect it anyway. It drives straight. So, and I'll probably just live with it. If I got to do something about it, I got to do something about it, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Definitely need to work on the AC. I need to go buy a can of refrigerant. I thought I had some here at the shop, but I don't. So I will work on that. Hopefully it'll charge. We'll have ice cold air. Radio seems to work pretty good. Front speakers are a little blown. They're not blown, they're just weak. Other than that, it's dirty. I mean, even after that wash, you can tell it didn't really do much. I mean, there's still tons of crap in the paint. So it's gonna require a pretty full correction. Like, just look at that. Let me focus in here. Just yuck. So we got a little ways to go to make this into something, but tentatively right now I'm pretty fired up. You know, we're just a little over 3,000 into it, and I think I've still got some budget to play around with it a little bit and make it a little bit nicer.
Thousands of tears later.
So I hit a little snag with the AC. It won't take a charge at the moment, so kind of taking a break. I'm sweating a little bit just to look over the truck a little bit. I'm trying to come up with a name for it. Figured do something unproductive. So still got to take off the old decals, but it says Frontier Cooperative on it, and it got me thinking. I was like, should we do like something like Alaska theme, like the last Frontier? Call this like Northern Exposure or something like that, because it's been exposed to the elements. That could be kind of cool. Or should we call this like James T. Kirk or something like that for the final Frontier? I don't know. Give me some name options in the comments. I want to know what we should call this thing, but we definitely got to do something Frontier related, just to kind of pay homage to the truck's backwoods co-op roots.
Much later.
Today, we're going to work on getting this car cleaned up. So, I want to take the truck today and finish getting it detailed. I've got to first finish removing the old decals off the doors. I've got this door partially started. Real quick, make sure this dirty old thing starts. We've been having some problems with the battery. I'm pretty sure it was a bad battery, but I want to make sure. And that's a good sign, because I wanted to rule out a parasitic draw on the battery. So I took my battery out of my truck and swapped it into this one. So I think that's definitely determined I've got a bad cell, and the battery, it's the expense I really wasn't hoping for, but it is what it is. So plan today is I'm going to finish taking off all the decals. I'm going to wash the outside of the truck, then I'm going to disassemble the interior of the truck, work on fixing a few things, cleaning the inside, and then hopefully we'll be ready to have this truck ready to reveal by the end of the day. So stay tuned. Okay, first things first, we got to get rid of this adhesive that's still kind of sticky from the old decals. So what I'm using are two different products here. I got this Crystal Tech Vinyl Off and this Rapid Remover, and they're basically the same thing, and you could use like a more traditional like Goo Gone or something you can get at Walmart, but this stuff here is more commercial grade. And what you have to do is just kind of douse the area, and normally you could just like rub this off, but you let it sit for a little bit. And I've been taking this plastic scraper, and what I kind of do is get around the vinyl here, and I just kind of start gently pulling down. Crazy residue will come off with it, and you just kind of start peeling down, trying to get as much of that material off as you can, and then you go in and rub it, because then there'll be less of that adhesive to try and rub off. So let's try it over here. So just coming down, scraping that, and it just gotta kind of be patient. Let the remover work. You can see just all kinds of crud coming off with it. That's all just adhesive. And I just kind of have a towel draped up here just to kind of clean my blade, and I'll just keep at it, and then eventually I'll be able to just take a towel and kind of rub the rest of it. Alright, there you go. Adhesive's all off. There will be a little bit of ghosting, because the longer decals have sat on a vehicle, the more the sun fades around those decals. So you'll get a little ghosting, but at least the adhesive is off. You got a smooth surface now. We can start to work on cleaning the paint, getting in and doing a little more deep clean. You can see
just how much adhesive was on the truck. I mean, there's still piles of it down here. So we've really taken a lot off. This is so much better than trying to wash that with that still on there. So now we got a solid base. We just got to go around to the other side and do that door. Next step in the process is I want to start washing the truck. So I'm trying out a new foam cannon thing. We're going to wash the exterior of the truck really good. Then we're going to work on tearing some of the interior panels apart, fixing a few things on the interior, cleaning the interior. So it's going to be a step-by-step process here. So we're going to start with the exterior, work our way in. Alright, so off camera I went ahead and basically tore most of the interior apart. So a lot of this is pretty ragged. Door handles were falling apart. Took the panels off. You can see all the dust. Everything, but like this is like broke and not hanging on very well. So I want to try and fix what I can here. Restore this so you can actually shut it. And then the headliner was junk, it's full of dust, it was coming apart. Got ratty visors. So all this is tore apart. We're gonna deep clean the interior here best we can. Start reassembling some of these pieces. And then in here in the shop, I've got a bunch of new pieces that I scavenged from a junkyard. A better headliner. It's not perfect, but it's better than the one I had. Some random switch panels and stuff like that. So I can throw things back together. And hopefully that'll be what we need to get this truck ready to go. I got some help. Caitlin, my wife, she's gonna be vacuuming it out. I'm gonna be trying to scrub some of these panels off, and we're gonna go put a hyperlapse on and just get to going. I found something really cool when we were cleaning up the truck. This was in the glove compartment, and it is the official, this is the window sticker when this truck was new. So the Frontier Co-op purchased this truck new in 04, and you can see all the information about the truck, all the optional equipment. And in 04, this truck was sold for $32,899, which is crazy. It even almost seems a little expensive for a truck back then, but it's just so cool to have this little piece of history along with the truck.
So now that the truck's done, what are our future plans with it? Well, I don't particularly have a real use for it. I already have a pickup. I mean, it'd be nice to hang on to it. I do kind of like it. I like the fact that it has an 8-foot bed and it's pretty practical all around, but I just can't justify just keeping it around as much as I would like to hang on to it. My dad ended up coming by a couple days ago and looked at the truck, and he really liked it. And since he hasn't had a pickup for a few years, him and I kind of came to an agreement that he would basically just buy it off of me for what I have invested in it. And so I think it's a good deal all the way around. He's going to get something really nice to drive, and I'll basically get to make my money back. I won't get to make any money on this venture like I kind of had initially planned, but it's going to help out a family member, so I feel pretty good about that. Now, as far as doing something like this in the future, if you liked seeing these kind of videos, if you want us to maybe try our hand at another auction car, let me know. comment down below, like, share the video, just so we can get some more exposure, let more people see the video, and maybe we'll try this again. I had a lot of fun doing it, actually, and I could see myself doing something like this again in the future. So if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like and share this video. But as always, I'm going to get ready to hit the road. So hope to see you guys out there. Take care.